Good day or evening, dear participants. In this first lecture of Module 3, we are going to focus on the conceptual clarification of FHL model. My name is Arnold. I am the facilitator of this lecture, assisting Mr. Maurice Nkusi. This lecture is powered by Microsoft Copilot. Let us first introduce this lecture. In the rapidly evolving landscape of education, the flexible hybrid learning (FHL) model stands out as a highly adaptable and student-centered approach, seamlessly blending the strengths of traditional in-person instruction with the flexibility of online education. Johnson et al., 2016. This innovative model is designed to meet the diverse needs of students, accommodating various learning styles and preferences. By incorporating a mix of synchronous, live, and asynchronous, self-paced activities, the FHL model provides a comprehensive educational experience that can be tailored to individual student needs. This ensures that students have the opportunity to engage with the material in a manner that best suits their personal circumstances, thereby enhancing their overall learning experience, according to Graham, 2013. Moreover, the FHL model's adaptability extends beyond just the mode of instruction. It also allows for a more dynamic curriculum that can be quickly adjusted to reflect current trends, emerging technologies, and real-world applications. Means et al., 2014. This flexibility not only keeps the content relevant and engaging, but also prepares students for the rapidly changing demands of the modern workforce. Additionally, the student-centered approach of the FHL model fosters a sense of autonomy and responsibility in learners, empowering them to take ownership of their educational journey. By prioritizing the needs and preferences of students, the FHL model creates an inclusive and motivating learning environment that encourages active participation and continuous improvement, according to Garrison and Vaughan, 2008. Let us define the flexible hybrid learning model. The flexible hybrid learning model is an instructional approach that combines face-to-face classroom activities with online learning components. Unlike traditional hybrid models that often have fixed schedules and formats, the FHL model emphasizes flexibility in how, when, and where learning occurs, according to Picciano, 2014. This model is designed to provide students with more control over their learning processes while maintaining the benefits of direct interaction with instructors and peers. Let us discuss quickly about the pedagogical approaches to flexible hybrid learning. Several pedagogical approaches can be employed to effectively implement the FHL model. Blended learning. Blended learning combines face-to-face instruction with online learning activities. This approach allows instructors to use digital tools and resources to supplement traditional teaching methods. For example, an instructor might use online quizzes and discussion forums to reinforce concepts covered in class. Blended learning typically involves a set schedule where students participate in both in-person and online sessions as part of the course structure, according to Bonk and Graham, 2006. However, there is a difference between blended learning and hybrid learning. Let us quickly look at that difference. While blended learning involves a combination of in-person and online activities within the same course, hybrid learning, on the other hand, provides students with the flexibility to choose between attending classes in person or online for each session. Hybrid learning offers a more flexible approach, allowing students to decide how they participate based on their individual needs and circumstances. In essence, hybrid learning is a more flexible version of blended learning, accommodating various learning preferences and situations, according to Graham, 2013. Flipped classroom. In a flipped classroom, students are introduced to new content outside of class, typically through video lectures or reading assignments. Classroom time is then dedicated to hands-on activities, problem-solving, and discussions. This approach encourages active learning and allows students to apply their knowledge in a collaborative setting, according to Bergman and Sams, 2012. In typical classroom session, the academic uses Bloom's taxonomy cognitive model in instruction, as shown by this illustration. During the lecture, face-to-face, even virtually, remembering and understanding cognitive processes take place, and if there is enough time, applying cognitive skills can also take place. These three cognitive processes are in the category of lower-order thinking. After class, students will be provided with homework, sometimes requiring them to work out the other Bloom's taxonomy cognitive processes, higher-order thinking. In fact, facilitating learning through the provision of learning content to students and the explanations that follow address the two lower-order thinking processes, remembering and understanding. Actually, this is the easy part that students can go through on their own outside the classroom if the content is well structured and the explanations of the concepts are embedded within the provided learning materials. The hard part is the achievement of higher-order thinking, including analysis, evaluation, and creation. The global good practice is to allow students to access the part related to remembering and understanding through recorded video lectures, notes, etc. outside the classroom, and the hard part related to higher-order thinking cognitive processes to take place in the classroom, where academics provide immediate feedback to students during the classroom activities. This is the particularity of the flipped classroom approach, where learning is happening using activate learning and student-centered paradigms. Therefore, in the flipped classroom, the lower-order thinking processes, much easier, takes place outside the classroom, and the higher-order thinking processes, more complex, take place in the classroom with direct support of the academics, according to Bergman and Sams, 2012. Project-based learning, PBL. PBL is a student-centered approach that involves working on real-world projects over an extended period. This method promotes critical thinking, creativity, and collaboration. In an FHL setting, students might work on projects both in person and online, using digital tools to collaborate and present their findings, according to Thomas, 2000. Problem-based learning, PBL. Problem-based learning, PBL, is a student-centered pedagogy that enhances the flexible hybrid learning, FHL model, by fostering critical thinking, collaboration, and practical application of knowledge. PBL leverages both online and in-person environments, using real-world problems to engage students in research, discussion, and solution development. This approach promotes essential skills such as problem-solving, communication, and teamwork, preparing students for modern workforce challenges. Successful implementation requires support and resources, including academic training and access to technology, to create a dynamic and interactive learning experience, according to Barrows, 1996. However, take note that there is some difference between project-based learning and problem-based learning as illustrated in the following table.
Let us look at the benefits of the flexible hybrid learning model. Some of the benefits are the following. 1. Enhanced access and inclusivity by offering multiple modalities and flexible scheduling. The FHL model makes education more accessible to a broader range of students, including those who may face barriers to traditional classroom settings, according to Means et al. 2014. 2. Improved engagement and motivation through the combination of interactive online tools, face-to-face interactions, and personalized learning paths. Using this approach, students are more likely to stay invested in their learning when they have choices and can see the relevance of their activities, according to Garrison and Vaughan, 2008. 3. Scalability and efficiency, where the FHL model can be scaled to accommodate large numbers of students without compromising the quality of instruction. It also allows institutions to optimize resources by blending in-person and online components, according to Johnson et al. 2016. Fourth, development of self-regulated students, where the autonomy provided by the FHL model to reinforce the development of self-regulated learning skills of the students. In this approach, students learn to manage their time, set goals, and take responsibility for their learning, which are valuable skills for lifelong learning, according to Graham, 2013.
Challenges and considerations. While the flexible hybrid learning model offers numerous advantages, it also presents certain challenges that need to be addressed for successful implementation. Some of these challenges are the following. 1. Technological infrastructure. Access to reliable technology and internet connectivity is essential for the FHL model. Institutions must ensure that all students have the necessary tools and support to participate fully in both online and in-person components, according to Picciano, 2014. Second, faculty training and support. Academics need to be well-versed in both online and face-to-face teaching methodologies. Continuous professional development and support are crucial to helping faculty adapt to the flexible hybrid approach and effectively integrate technology into their instruction, according to Bonk and Graham, 2006. 3. Quality assurance. Maintaining high standards of quality across both online and in-person components requires careful planning and regular evaluation. Institutions must develop robust assessment and feedback mechanisms to ensure that learning outcomes are met, according to Means et al., 2014. 4th, student readiness. Not all students may be immediately prepared for the level of autonomy required in the FHL model. Providing guidance and resources to help students develop self-regulation and time management skills is important for their success, according to Garrison and Vaughn, 2008. Let us now reflect. This lecture taught us that the flexible hybrid learning model is an adaptable, student-centered approach combining traditional in-person instruction with online education to create a dynamic and inclusive learning environment. At this stage, what questions should we start asking ourselves? What comes to my immediate thinking is, 1. How does the flexible hybrid learning model enhance your ability to manage your learning processes, and what specific strategies have you found most effective? 2. In what ways do blended learning and hybrid learning differ, and how can you apply these differences to optimize your educational experience? 3. Reflect on the challenges and benefits of the flipped classroom approach. How does this method affect your engagement and understanding of the material? Reflect on these 4 questions in writing using the Gibbs Reflective Cycle Guide, which will be shared with you in this module. Compile your reflection in the e-journal available within the e-learning platform in use in this self-paced online course. Share your reflections with your colleagues at work and also share them in the community of practice space, which will be shared with you. In conclusion, the flexible hybrid learning model represents a forward-thinking approach to education that aligns with the needs and realities of today's learners. The FHL model offers a flexible, personalized, and inclusive educational experience by combining the strengths of traditional and digital learning environments. As institutions continue to explore and refine this model, it holds the potential to transform the way we think about teaching and learning in the 21st century. If you have any questions or challenges, please use the discussion forum named Questions and Answers of Module 3 to ask questions and answer other participants' questions as well. Thank you for your attention.